Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Since yesterday, there are two old clips of Uhuru and William Ruto. These two clips have been trending since yesterday. In this video, I want us to have a look at the two clips, for they are going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. Have a look at this.
Trying to do the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is madness. Yani ukijaribu kufanya ile unafanya leo, unafanya kesho na unatarajia mambo tofauti, hiyo ni kuwa wazimu. Lazima ukiambiwa badilisha, unabadilisha. Kwa sababu it is only a fool who doesn't change his mind. Ni mtu tu kumbafu ndiye hawezi kubadilisha mawazo yake. Tuko na matatizo na mambo ya miwa, na tuko na matatizo na mambo ya mahindi. Hii counties karibu 5 lazima tuanze kujipanga vizuri. Sasa tuko na mkataba maalum ya soko ya kuuza mali yetu China, na sisi watu wa sehemu hii sasa tuanze kujipanga vizuri. Wale watu wa China hawanunui mahindi, hawanunui miwa, wanataka avocado.
That was William Ruto some few years ago. At that time, he was urging Western sugarcane farmers and Rift Valley maize farmers to stop sugarcane and maize farming and maybe to embrace avocado farming. That was a few years ago. And it's actually true that at that time, he was fully a deputy president. He was doing nothing to help sugarcane farmers, and at the same time, he was doing completely nothing to help maize farmers. Now, as the president, we are seeing clearly what is happening in government. Let's also listen to Uhuru Kenyatta just some few months ago.
Seveni dynasty baya. Asra tawara.
Yes, that was Uhuru Kenyatta some few months ago during the campaigns. At that time, it was very difficult for anybody to persuade or to convince a William Ruto supporter that William Ruto was just lying to them. It was very difficult. Uhuru had tried it, but he was facing some rebellion even in his own backyard. So it was very difficult to convince a William Ruto supporter that William Ruto was lying to them. So Uhuru told them, yes, if that's what you want, so be it. Mtoto akililia wembe, mpatie. The so-called hustlers did vote for William Ruto. And if you look at what is currently happening in Kenya, the so-called hustlers are complaining more than any other person. If you look at the areas that voted for William Ruto, if you look at the mountain and the college in Rift Valley, they are complaining more than any other Kenyan. A confirmation that Uhuru Kenyatta's prophecy has been fulfilled. That's a perfect fulfillment of a prophecy. Areas that voted for William Ruto are complaining more than any other area in Kenya. The mountain was the very first place to start complaining. Immediately William Ruto was sworn in as the president, he transferred Naivasha port operations to Mombasa. Immediately William Ruto was sworn in as the president, he removed subsidies on fuel and on unga. The mountain has been complaining of hunger. The mountain has been complaining of some unfulfilled promises by William Ruto. A classic example is the completion of Maimahi Road. When Ruto was campaigning, he promised that the road was to be completed. The road connects some Mount Kenya counties. Parts of the road, construction has been stopped. The construction has been stopped in William Ruto's presidency, rather during William Ruto's presidency. And now, as I talk, there is a storm brewing in the Kalenjin Rift Valley. Residents and farmers, maize farmers, are up in arms against William Ruto over the importation of GMO maize. Yes, residents and farmers are up in arms against William Ruto. So you are seeing clearly that in the about 60 days William Ruto has been in power, the people who voted for him are suffering more than any other person in Kenya. That's Uhuru Kenyatta's prophecy being fulfilled. And if you look at the Kenyan political situation, this is something I've been saying here. Some Kenyans will never learn. And I just don't know when these Kenyans will ever learn. If you look on how the mountain has been voting since 2013, in 2013, they got it wrong. They complained in 2017, they made the same mistake. 2022, they also made the same mistake. And you are seeing in all this duration, they have actually been suffering. But even in their sufferings, they never learn. When will the mountain learn? And when will the mountain wake up? If you look at now Kalenjin Rift Valley, in fact, for some few days now, some residents of Rift Valley have been saying William Ruto is punishing them the same way Uhuru Kenyatta punished his people on the mountain. Another confirmation that even the residents, even Kalenjins are waking up to the reality that William Ruto's presidency is not helping them at all. They voted for William Ruto to the last person, but his presidency is not helping them at all. In fact, they rejected some leaders who are delivering, the likes of Mishra Kiprop, the likes of Alfred Keter. They rejected those leaders who are performing to elect leaders who are supporting William Ruto. But now again, that William Ruto is letting them down. I'm seeing rebellion brewing against William Ruto in those areas that voted for him. That only means that as time goes by, William Ruto will get more unpopular amongst these areas that voted for him. And that's a fact. Because also if you look at William Ruto's campaign promises, he made a lot of promises that he has so far not even fulfilled on any. In fact, he has injured Mama Mboga and Boda Boda person more. Immediately took over power, he removed subsidies on fuel and on unga. That made life very difficult for the common man. Just look at it from that angle. Also, he has rendered some hustlers jobless by removing or rather doing away with Kazim Tani. At the same time, his government intends on taxing Kenyans more. And also, just to repeat, the issue of Naivasha, dry port, transferring the operations from Naivasha to Mombasa. So William Ruto has actually punished the areas that voted for him. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know whether it's fate that is putting it that way. Because it appears William Ruto might not even be actually in his right senses, or rather in his right mind, because the things he's doing goes contrary to the expectations of Kenyans, and more so the Kenyans who voted for him. I don't know whether it's William Ruto doing all these things, or whether he has been blinded by some people and he does not know actually what is happening. Is William Ruto the person in charge of the government? Yes. Is he the one in charge? The same William Ruto was promising Mama Mboga Boda Boda bottom ups. Something is seriously not adding up, ladies and gentlemen. As I conclude, it's a fact that in the coming months, William Ruto will only but become more and more unpopular amongst Kenyans. Some Kenyans are still giving him the benefit of doubt, thinking that he will deliver. As time goes by, reality will also dawn on these Kenyans that Ruto is not delivering. Resentment, rebellion against William Ruto will grow, and it will grow even bigger. And that's why I maintain William Ruto might pass out as a one-term president. If you look at other countries, leaders who have risen to power on a populist platform always becomes very irrelevant or very unpopular within a very short time. That's exactly what is befalling William Ruto. Let's meet in our next analysis. But before I forget, if you want to support our channel here, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number or feel free to send your support to the number. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you.